Okay, I got to talk about it. I found myself hearing myself preach to myself in my spirit. I had a sermon going on in my spirit, in my head, and I'm like, let me stop right now and grab my phone and record it because I got to make this a memorable moment for myself as well as those that choose to resonate with it as well. But I don't have on my shoes right now, but I wanted to step outside real quick and share my moment. So, but I'm going to stay inside because it's still wet, cold, chilly. It's about, I guess, 8 o'clock in the morning. But I just came in from watering my plants and everything in the greenhouse in the high tunnel. And let me get back on my bed. And um, okay, let me focus. Thank you, Father. And as I was stepping out of the door, okay, let me back up. I was getting ready to head out of the door and go water my plants in the high tunnel. Hey, Hatchet. And soon as I opened the door, there was a brown lizard. Now, that's not a common sight I see around here because I'm from Florida and lizards are my buddies. I don't have families of lizards living in my home or some of my plants, and they were very much welcomed. Me and lizards, oh, our relationship was, I loved them. But I never really saw lizards here where I am. I've seen maybe two in the 3 years I've been here. And this morning would be the third one. The minute I opened my door, there was a uncommon color, brown, almost red. But it kind of startled me because it was on its back. I might have pushed it back. It was about to it wouldn't have come inside, but it was headed in my direction. It was right there at the screen door. And I might have turned it over as I opened the door here because it was on its back. So I was a little startled because it was kind of thick. It was a little healthy one. It wasn't a baby one. It was a pretty good size. It was a man or lady. So I turned it over and I was like, wow, a lizard. So I kind of picked up something and shooed it further away from my door. You could do what you do, but you're not coming in at this level. I did record the lizard because I know that was an unusual moment. And I know that automatically God was saying something. My connection with nature, I kind of read everything that surrounds me. And that's basically my relationship with God. Anything, people, places, things, whatever. I just read nature, life. But anyway, I did do a research when I came in. I did a research on what brown and lizard, and basically everything was confirmation about kind of what's going on within my life and many other lives, and whether it's this side or that side, it was very much resonating. Mine came as a foreknowledge of uh God lets you know things before it happened, way before it happened, before you get caught in some type of fear or ego, when major decisions coming up, you don't want to make decisions not being grounded. Yeah, so the color brown resonated very much, meaning a lot of decisions a lot of us are going through, majority of humanity is going through. Those major decisions can put us in a spirit of fear, anxiety, worry, rushing, hesitation, which is life. Many decisions did it. But these particular decisions that's coming up now within our lives, they're major epitome, really life changing decisions. You know, in the past, we made decisions frivolously, knowing that things would happen a different way, and we just did it over, and a lot of us did things over and over and over again. Whatever hits the sticks to the wall, making decisions frivolously. But these particular decisions within our lives these days, they are decisions that we are being held accountable for, meaning the majority of humanity that's making life-changing decisions, that foundation roots go down to spiritual matter of being, the core of humanity's being. These decisions which are different in everybody's life, but in the Creator's eyes, these days, all of us are being looked at as one, as we have been all the time, but everybody usually are moving individually. But it's at a point where Creator transitioning humanity as a whole. So whatever level a person is on, everybody now has the accountability to make those responsible decisions for their next level of their life, which is productive, prosperous, what you've been wanting all your life, but it's in a righteous manner, good for the whole. But that's on one side. Now, the decision that goes a total different direction, I don't care to name any direction that it chooses to go in. If you know you have a spiritual core, heartfelt, known, not a question about anything. We're at the point of our decisions are being made from a point of there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. Now, the question is, what are you going to choose? So either or. But that brown means that to make decisions to go towards the spiritual direction, God is telling us that we are being called to make decisions from a grounded position. Like I said, in the past, we made decisions very frivolously. Now that I'm older in the spirit, I see myself. Years and years ago, I could see myself. The way I made decisions was not even though God honored it, because all of that is a way we get to know God. For those of us that's on this side, that was or on the other side too. But they didn't choose to grow from their decisions, even at a frivolous level. But those of us that have chosen, we can't throw away anything, because whatever, God uses it all. And that was the type of person I am. And a lot of us, we are that. We've been raised, we've been using our bad decisions, good decisions. We've been doing it from us. It's been teaching us to do it from a certain position. But now at this point, us that's on this level, we've got to the point where we make decisions from a grounded level, not from fear, not from anger, not from, I better hurry up and do it, not from, I'm at this age, I guess, or settling, we made decisions from many different directions. And now it's everybody being held at the accountability, no matter what level. You could be, if you 13 years old, but you have the mindset to know the difference between good and bad, and baby, that doesn't excuse your level of any type of growing up with the whole of humanity either. To the age of mentalities, capability of knowing good and bad. Everybody, I don't care, a 6-year-old, a 5-year-old, know the difference between good and bad. How long does it take a 2-year-old? Even at that level, God doesn't, it's not, this isn't a personal thing. That's why it's like, there's no exclusion because we all are created and we all are of that one God, that one creator. I mean, how can anybody be excused? How can any human be excused? I'm like I said, I had a sermon going on in my head, point blank. But yeah, man, so nobody can even use that excuse that they're not in the decision making of humanity. So this isn't a one-on-one personal. This is God is looking at it as a humanity basis, is transitioning, whether it's some serious division at this time. But it's some serious division, for humanity. I would hate to want to be at any level if we thought what we thought was. I even hate to talk about this stuff because I don't listen to that other sides. I don't care to hear their noise at all. I don't care. It comes to me and I don't show people my, hey, I'm human too, but I don't choose to have that type of environment of the outsides information, which is not, I won't brag about that. It's nothing to brag about because, hey, a lot of people look at that as stupid. I don't care what a person choose to say what I choose to do in my home, my king, my heaven on earth. Yeah, but anyway, I'm on a whole nother topic. But the brown lizard is telling humanity, myself, personal. I got my message personal from it, but everybody may get a whole different message from it. But it's basically taking us to the same principles of the foundation of everybody's lesson. And how we get to the lesson of the new level is to do it from a grounded place. Not even from God is letting us know whatever. Just make sure. And that only takes what, a second? If we already on these paths, we could click in, click out, pick it up, lay it down. Because we those of us at this point, come on. But we know we have to do life from a grounded level. Not all of us at this point, we do life at a grounded level, not just this particular decision or any decisions coming up. Because we now know that how are you going to stay balanced if you haven't been doing it from a grounded level? So that may be a lesson for some of us that's on this side. For some of us, we still haven't really grasped the difference or that rank of separating even our groundedness, whether we're doing it from our heart or doing it from our ego, or the spirit, whatever the case may be. Some of us may still be challenging those, and then God have to come in, do what he do, but we do it over and learn again until we get it right, get it there. It's God ain't mad, I ain't mad, we ain't mad. That's because we still growing. We still making the decision whether we made a wrong decision or not. God knew our heart. Like you say, only God knows the heart. So he know whether you headed one way, whether you headed the other way. So it ain't nobody escaping nothing. But then the lizard itself, the lizard represents I just look at the message that came to me, and that I can resonate with the humanity is we're learning that we're secure, we're stable, and we have an environment that is welcoming even to your Father, even to your Creator. So God is not going to give us nothing that is not God. And at this point, if it don't feel like God, if it don't sound like God, if it don't touch like God, if it don't, it to you, because everybody have a different view of their God, what God, if that don't look like God, hey, what, who beat God? God ain't beating around nobody bush. God ain't beating around the bush, so why should we? And if we doing anything, any decisions that doesn't align with every part of you, God, you know it, God know it, and you ain't fooling yourself, God. So why? What is the hesitation? And that is the point where humanity is, wherever a person is at whatever point of their life. Like I said, this thing could be 2-year-old to 80, 90 or whatever year old. So no excuses. Black, white, it's all the way across the board. It's a humanity thing. So do it from a grounded place. Know you're secure. Know you're provided for. Know you're loved. Know your worth. Know your value. Know your mentality state is at peace. Your life is at peace. These are things that we know. We are peace. We are abundant. We are overflowing. We are that. We ain't trying to get nothing. We are that. It may not look like it, feel like it's whatever to anybody else, but it better be that to you. And it ain't got to be all high and mighty, money, valuable. Baby, a stump, cut down tree can be heaven to somebody. Been there, done that. You'll make a stump be heaven to you. So it ain't about nobody money. It ain't about nobody possessions. It ain't about nothing. It better be about you and God. Because we ain't got too high and mighty on any self to bring ego as being our leader. We know ego there, but ego ain't nobody, not on this side. If they still battling with ego, they kind of baby on this side. But anyway, we all been there, done that. Because those of us that first start this spiritual walk, it ain't too many of us that start on a level where we all die and keep on going, me and God. It ain't a lot of us that start like that. No, a lot of us, God got to do a lot of things to get us in order. And I'm one of them kind. I ain't no shame in my game. I've been there, done that. It may have taken me a whole lot longer to get there, but once I started, I went all over the world and back as far as I'm concerned regarding life. But that ain't the subject. But yes, a lizard. Somewhere in the Bible it says something about where kings are only lizards. You only find lizards around. Or something like that. I didn't research that, but it's something to do with kings and lizards somewhere in the Bible. I'll look that up after I hang up. But after I turn this camera off. But yeah, I didn't want to hold you long or whatever, but I had to share that point where the resignation of the brown lizard, that was a very unpredictable, unnatural, that wasn't a uncommon sight for me to see around here. Now in Florida, I probably would have said hey to the lizard, come on in and everything else, because that's a very common sight. But even that color was an unnormal color. I've never seen that color. It wasn't anything brown around it to have it camouflage that color. I some lizards I think camouflage, but at that point it wasn't nothing that color around. But to those who have ears to hear, let them hear. Hatchet. Well, anyway, he laying down on the porch probably. But yeah, that was a beautiful lesson this morning. Like I said, I heard a sermon in my head and I had to share it. I had to share it. So we're in the spirit of the brown lizard. Have a blessed day.